Yeah, dear viewers, in this module 1, subject elements of mechanical engineering, we have discussed about the sources of energy in the previous videos. What are the renewable and non-renewable energy sources? In this video, we are going to discuss about the energy resources, advantages and disadvantages, and ozone depletion, global warming. Okay, so first of all, in the previous videos, as I said, renewable energy and non-renewable energy differences we have seen. So here, this is the nuclear, solar, wind, water energy over there. In some types of energies, and fossil fuels, nuclear fuels are there in the non-renewable type. So let me see what is the advantages and disadvantages of this each and every resources. So if you take the fossil fuel, okay, fossil fuel are the fuels which is we got it from the earth layers, okay, underground of the earth layers. We are getting it, and we are converting in a farm process and make it into different types of fuels, just like petrol, diesel, and paraffin wax, and like the different sources we are getting from the crude oil and other ores. So here, the main advantage of this is if you burn one particular mass, that's what, yeah, per unit of mass, if you take one mass of unit and burn it, you will get the heat energy is more amount of heat energy when compared to the other sources. Okay, that is what the main advantage is. We can produce large amount of heat energy when burning the one per mass unit of the fuel, and it is easy to transport from one place to another place. If it is a petrol or diesel, we can bring it to containers, and for if it is a coal, we can transport through lorries and other mode of transports, okay, and just railway wagons, like. So this is the fuel can be transferred from one place to another place, which is easy, and amount of heat which is producing by burning one mass of unit is more. This is the two main advantages. And the disadvantages area, if you see, then we can go for it is non-renewable type of fuel, and this is burning produces the problems, that is pollution, smoke pollutions, and it can create acid rains and all the things there. It causes acid precipitations, right? And nuclear fuel, if you take, there is also a non-renewable fuel one, and advantage disadvantages. But the advantages is we can get more concentrated form of energy. They will not produce the smoke. But disadvantages is more. It is hazardous to environment because of it is a radioactive element. If it leaks, then it may harm very much to the people. Next, solar energy. It's a kind of free type of energy which is available, and it is a renewable type of energy. These are the advantages. But when compared to the advantages, disadvantages are more that it can be produced only during some sunny areas, and the power production cannot be continuous, because where when there is a the sunny days, it can be produced, power can be produced with the help of the solars, and as well as the water also, where water is there, where dams is there, where rainy areas are there, there only we can use this water source of energy. In the remaining areas, it is very difficult. So continuous production of electricity by continuous supply of this water or solar is very difficult. That is in the case, in the disadvantages. But advantages is renewable. Today if you use, tomorrow also you can use, and it is continuously we can get the energy, but not continuous energy. It's a disadvantages. The same is in the case of wind energy also. So with not producing any smokes, and environmentally friendly the energy is, but only practically it can be used only in the where area is windy areas, okay, not other areas it cannot be produced any type of energies. And geothermal, that is where hot spots are there, there we can use this geothermal, okay, when the earth layer, when it is getting heated up, by using the heat we can make utilize the heat for heating above waters and all. Steam can be produced by using the thermal energy of the geo earth surface. And biomass is renewable energy, but that is where land farmland is required for producing more amount of bio products. So and it can, but if you burn the biofuel also, it will produce a smoke when compared to solar and wind. Here it will produce a smoke. So this is the advantage and disadvantage. And environmental issues, if we come for the environmental issues, all the fuels what we are producing, it may lead to some kind of environmental issues like production of harmful gases like CO2, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide emissions, and it may produce to the acid precipitation as we see in this case of fossil fuels. So what it will do if this environmental the pollution is created, then what will do? So this problem creates a modification in the global environment, climatic conditions, and a threat to the human beings. So there is a problems will be arising for the human beings, and the entire global heat, we call it as global warming. The heat is going to be increased because of this unwanted chemicals, unwanted oxides, and this makes ozone depletion, that is holes in the ozone layer. These are the things we are going to see here. So those environmental issues like melting of ice glaciers is going to take place because of the chlorofluorocarbons which is produced in refrigeration and air condition systems, and the emission of fuels which is coming out from the automobile, two wheelers, and whatever it is, the gases which is produced because of the fossil fuels burning. So it increases the earth temperature and it causes the environmental changes. So we call it as global warming, where the temperature of the air, atmospheric temperature, is going to be increases, and the concentration of greenhouse gases increases. So it makes the greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, methane, etc., or getting increases because of this. So what will happen because if he increases this, makes the global warming, melting of ice takes place. So the water level increases in the ocean, and flooding is the possibility is there, and it disturbs the entire climatic conditions. Okay, so increase of frequency in the weather changes taking place. Immediate there is sudden changes in the weather, rainy season, windy season, all the things can be changed in a different timing. And what to do for avoiding this is, only the thing is we can use the clean energy, and we should avoid the refrigeration, air condition as much possible, and we can use the put off the lights whenever it is not in use, and we can use public transport instead of using a single a private transport. Everybody, if you use bikes and cars, it may produce more amount of wastages. So there we can use it by public transport, we can go, and use microwave oven instead of using the other fuel burning fuels. So these are all the problems we can solve. And the ozone layer depletion, in the sense, yeah, oxygen layer, a ozone layer is prevents our from the solar radiation from all. We are human beings are safeguarded by the ozone layer only. So it save us through the ultraviolet rays which is passing through the from the solar rays. So the ozone layer is a concentrated ozone gas. It protects us from the ultraviolet rays. That is a very important thing. But it is nowadays it is destroyed by the chlorofluorocarbons. So chlorofluorocarbons, which are used in the air conditioners and refrigerator and all, more amount of chlorofluorocarbons, it moves upward and it destroys the molecules in the ozone, and it makes a hole in the ozone layer, which in terms allows the UV rays now, which results in the skin diseases, more amount of skin diseases, and that huge temperature we cannot tolerate, and mainly skin cancers are coming due to the ultraviolet rays, which directly hits on our human bodies. So this to be avoided, in the sense we have to follow that the same procedures. We have to avoid unwanted lights and refrigeration, air conditions. Okay, in the next video we will see about the thermodynamics problems and other steam properties.